Hi there, this is Carrie from Stamp with CT. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Texas. I want to welcome you to our Facebook Live today. So if you're watching this part of the video, you're probably catching the replay, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. So welcome, replay crew. And I'm hoping that Facebook will send out some notifications and I'll have some friends that are able to join me live. So as you're popping on, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from, how you're doing, and how your Valentine's Day went. So we are at February the 15th, more than halfway through this month since it's just 28 days, right? We had our team meeting last night, and we had a lot of fun. It was a good meeting. We have such a great group of friends, and I love that we have our team meetings once a month and we get together because we are in a couple of different states, but Zoom allows us to still meet. And even some of my friends that are in Texas, I don't get to see very often. So it's just a great way for us to connect. And we have our meeting once a month. So that was our Valentine's Day. It was good. Well, I'll give it just a second more to see if we get some friends hopping in. If not, replay is just fine. And I'm excited to craft with you today. We are in Fun Fold February. And this is week 3. We'll have one more week next week. And I'll have one more Fun Fold to share with you. This week I have a super easy one, but it is truly one of my favorites. And this week is a very special week for me. And I'll tell you why. Tomorrow marks 10 years since I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I just don't know where that time has gone, but I love being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you know me, you know that. I've said it a million times. I joined for a discount on grid paper and Stampin' Dimensionals, and I still love both of those products. I love getting my discount. But as I traveled through my Stampin' Up! Journey, it changed, and I started teaching classes, and I met more and more people, and we started having events, and it just grew, and it now encompasses most of our lives, and I'm just so grateful. I've been able to achieve some things through our company, through Stampin' Up!, and that's been awesome. And I love doing classes, but my very favorite thing about being a demonstrator is the friendships that I've made. So many of you I would have never gotten to know if it weren't for stamping. So I love that our hobby helps us meet new friends. It gives us a way to show our creativity and express ourselves. There's just so many good things about being a stamper. And I think kind of taking it to the next level, being a demonstrator, I absolutely love it. And Dale does too. And y'all know he helps me a lot in my business. And so does Oliver. Oliver's in here with me this morning. So today for Fun Fold February, in week 3, we are going to make what I like to call a DSP or Designer Series Paper Pocket Card. Now this is a simple fold, and I was thinking back because I've been making these for years, and some of you may have seen me do this before, but it's always a good reminder to have these awesome folds in our creative kind of book, or if you keep a file, just something to have a template so that you can draw from this later, because using different papers can really give it a different look. But I call this a DSP Pocket Card, Designer Series Paper Pocket Card. I believe I learned this from my friend Rhonda Wade. I was trying to remember, and I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure. And she is a top demonstrator in our company. She's also another leader, and she offers training, and so I've been training with her for several years, and she has really helped me grow not only as a Stampin' Up! business owner, but also as a crafter, and just has taught me so much about designing projects and running classes. So pretty sure she taught me this fold, but it's a really fun one. Now it is easy, and it's got very little that you need to remember as far as measurements. Of course, I will go back and edit the description of the video. I'll put that down below so you have that if you want to recreate this card. And I have to tell you, I'm getting so many messages and so many pictures in the comments after the video each week where you're trying these folds and you're trying the layouts, and I love it. So keep it coming, y'all. I absolutely love it. It really does give me energy and encouragement, and so it just makes me want to do more and more for y'all. So thank you to those who have been doing that. Let me show you. This one is with the Dainty Flowers Designer Series paper, and it is one of our free papers from Sale-A-Bration. Don't forget, we've got less than 2 weeks of Sale-A-Bration left. So we're going to make a card. We're going to actually make 2 of these, and I'll just show you how quick and easy this is. We're going to make this one straightforward. We're using the Favored Flowers Designer Series paper. And so what we need first is a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock that's 5.5 by 4 1/4. That's going to be our base. So you can see that that is just adhered to a base to give it a little bit more substance. And then I've got a piece of that Favored Flowers Designer Series paper, and it's really pretty. I've come to love this paper. I have to thank my friend Mary for really encouraging me and inspiring me basically to fall in love with this paper. So this piece is 10.5 by 4 inches. I scored it at 5 1/4, and then I scored it at 1 1/4. Now you can score this at 1 inch, 2 inches, you know, whatever you want. You don't even really have to score it. So if for some reason there were like a design right there and you wanted to come just to the end of that, it's fine for you just to fold that over and not even worry about scoring it. But I did 1 1/4. So let's burnish our score lines first thing. That's what's so awesome about this. You can really step it up if you want to, or you can keep it nice and simple like I did. Now, one of the key things that you want to do is put your ribbon on before you adhere this down. So don't forget that step. It's not the end of the world if you don't. You could just put a bow. And I generally will wrap my ribbon around, and I don't even worry about adhering like these sides. If you wanted, you could always put a gift card in here, but it's pretty snug with it adhered down and with the ribbon on it. You can certainly adhere it. It may affect how well your little card slips in, but you could adhere it if you want to. I don't find that I need to. You could also put a little bit of adhesive across this little flap that is developed, and we'll do that. I don't think we just have to, but we can do that to help keep that down a little bit better. And this one we're keeping super simple, and it's going to be really simple if I don't find my piece that I was going to stamp on, y'all. What did I do with it? There it, no, yeah, there it is. And I'll show you the thanks sentiment for both of these cards comes from the Thanks a Bunch stamp set, another Sale-A-Bration offering that you can pick as your free gift at a $50 level. And each of these papers, the Dainty Flowers and the Favored Flowers, are also a free gift at a $50 level. So let's bring this across. And I just tied that other one in a knot, and I will share with you my fingers. My hands are just not wanting to work this morning, so I may do a knot once again, just because that's a little bit easier. We'll try a bow. Or I could always come back and add a bow. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Let's do that. We'll come back and see if I can't tie a bow and add it. So that's going to change my strategy just a little bit. That's okay. because we're keeping this one super simple. We'll try that. Y'all just have some of those days where your fingers won't work. Been a nurse for, oh gosh, 35 years? A long time. And I think I've given so many shots over the years to get people feeling better. I wore out my hands. Well, goodness. Okay, 4th time's the charm, right? Or we'll just put a knot, which my friend Judy says, not a bow. I like that. Oh, look at there. Maybe we've got it this time. Really would like a bow on there because I'm just going to stamp the sentiment and be done with this one. So a bow will look super cute. And I like to bring the tails of the ribbon down and together so I can snip them off at the same time. And that just helps make sure they're about the same length. Just a little tip for you. Been doing that for years. But I have a lot of new friends watching my videos and sending me messages, and I absolutely love it. So whether you are a fellow demonstrator or a stamper, I'm so glad you're here. Like I said, we inspire each other, and I just love that. That's one of my favorite things about being a demonstrator. Okay, we are going to use a little cheater method here, and I'm going to take some Scotch tape. I'm going to put my ribbon on. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm a little fumbly this morning, but we'll get it done, right? Just going to tape that. That was way too big of a piece of tape, but that's okay. Just regular Scotch tape. I'm going to come across here, and this is the Fresh Freesia open weave ribbon. I love this ribbon. It's got a little bit of shine to it. Super pretty. Makes me happy. Just adds a little bit of color there. And then when we add our bow, that's going to be even better. Get that out of the way. So let's adhere this down. And you can certainly use the adhesive that you love. If I can get my glue going. Y'all know I'm bad about leaving it open. It's always going to be my crafty resolution, but am I really going to change? Probably not. Such a great adhesive though. I love our liquid glue. So we're going to get that on an even border on all 4 sides. And putting that on the green cardstock, I think really complements that paper well. Now, let's use some Blackberry Bliss ink and that thanks stamp. I want to talk to you just a bit about our stamping too. When you're inking up your stamp, I've noticed just working with some newer crafters lately that they're really putting a lot of pressure. And the way our ink pads are stored, the ink is, the pad is upside down. The way that our stamp cases, our ink cases are designed, so you don't have to put a lot of pressure. You don't really have to press into the pad. You just want to tap several different places in the ink pad. And that will really help you not get a lot of ink all over your block and all over your stamp. So just use a light pressure. Now, I really could have used a piercing mat, something to give that a little bit of cushion, but I didn't, and it worked just fine. So we're going to clean my area up just a tiny bit. And I'm gonna grab some dimensionals. I thought I had some. There they are. And I'm keeping this one really simple, you guys. I'm just gonna pop up my sentiment. And I found out what happened to my Take Your Pick tool. Someone who y'all know and love, like I do, he chewed the end of it. So I'm getting a new Take Your Pick tool because mine, it's not pretty. He's not bad about chewing stuff up usually. But apparently a Take Your Pick tool is delicious as well as useful. Okay, let's bring in some of those iridescent gems like we used last week. And I think that's going to make just the right amount of shine. Let me try to use my snips. So like I said, I've got to get a new Take Your Pick tool, Mr. Oliver. And we're just going to add these. I'm going to put a couple, whoops, and I'm just going to use my fingers like I did last time, y'all. Just going to put a couple, and I may even use a couple of the different colors, just to bring a little bit of attention to that sentiment. And so there is a DSP pocket card made with favored flowers. And then our DSP pocket card made with dainty flowers. Here I put one of those little gems up here on the corner of the card. Now you could certainly decorate this card up. You could also make one that folds over. This is 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. You could make one that folds. You could decorate the outside and write on the inside. It always makes me think about at work when we're passing a card around and you've got 20 people that are signing a card and you need lots of room, and so this could be adapted for that. You could also use it as a gift card holder very easily. But let's make one more. How does that sound? We're using the Designer Series paper from Sale-A-Bration, and we just have to use the farm paper, the date at the farm. And this really is one of my favorite pieces of that paper. It's super, super cute. And it's got, trees, and it's got the landscape where the pasture is growing, and it's got a sheep. There's also some of it that has the silo in the house, but the way that I did this one, again, 5 1/2 by 4. And then you score it, 10 1/2 by 4, score it at 5 1/4, and then I did go ahead and do the 1 1/4 scoring again, but like I said, you don't have to. This time, I'm just going to take my tape and I'm going to tape the back. Now you could use a glue dot or something if you want to. I just find it easy to use the Scotch tape, and it's quick for me, but you do you. Just take that little tail to the back, and I'm going to come in with this linen thread, just wrap it around, and I'm probably going to do 3 or 4 times total. And then I'll tape that again on the back. That's a little cheater method I learned years ago. So now just putting that little, and I'm not even going to worry about it not being even or anything. I kind of like that. So this is a piece of Sahara Sand cardstock that we can adhere this to. Come on, glue, don't give up on me now. I'll put an extra little squiggle down the middle since we've got that linen thread there. And the Sahara Sand just kind of brings out the design in the paper. So y'all know that on our designer series papers, the packaging and in the catalog, it tells you what colors are used within the paper. And that makes it so easy to pull out what you want to work with as far as your card bases, your layers. So easy. Okay. And now I've got a couple little components. On this paper, there's some super cute animals. There's a sheep, there's a pig, and there's a cow. And it's so, so cute. The dies from, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember. On the Farm bundle coordinate with these little animals. So use that to cut that out. Now I've used my Stylish Shapes dies to cut a square, a little stitch square that I put my sentiment on, and then one that's just slightly larger so that I can mat this piece. And that's just going to help that stand out on this background. Make my focal point a little bit larger. And then I'm going to bring this cute little pig in here as well. So that's part of the reason why I just had to use this paper. It's just so stinking cute. I love it. Okay, let's bring in some Stampin' Dimensionals. And because of the way I have the twine, I'll bring a couple dimensionals at the top and a couple at the bottom to leave me room for my twine, my linen thread. Just stamp that with Memento Tuxedo Black before the video, so that part would be done. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Maybe needs to go down on this side just a tiny bit. All right, and then of course, we'll go ahead and put our little pocket card in there. That would be cute to use a little strip of designer series paper to decorate that up a bit maybe. That's what's so fun. You can make these really, really stepped up and awesome and pretty, or you can just keep it kind of simple like I've done here. Put my little piggy on there. And that is my DSP Pocket Card with the On Day at the Farm Designer Series paper. Okay, so those are the 3 cards that we're creating today. And again, if you make a DSP Pocket Card, please send me a picture or post a picture in the comments. I absolutely love seeing your creations. Y'all are just so, so awesome. Let me move these out of the way for just a moment, and we will talk a little bit about our giveaway from last week and kind of things that are going on. We have stamp class this Saturday in CT's Craft and Connect Facebook group. If you did not register, you are still welcome to come and watch the video. You can always use papers that you have at home. We're using the Greatest Journey stamp set and that suite of products, but you can use whatever you have and you can recreate the cards and you can just watch and be inspired. If you did register, kits have gone out in the mail. We still have a couple to deliver here locally, and you can craft right along with me. And I do post the video about 9 o'clock, a little bit before 9 o'clock on Saturday. Then again, Sale-A-Bration ends in less than 2 weeks, you guys. So Stampin' Up! Did announce some other options, and one of them is that awesome paper that we're using in stamp class. There's a couple of punches. There's also some embossing folders. So lots of new options at the $50 and $100 level when you make a purchase that you can get a free gift, and then still lots available in the Sale-A-Bration brochure with these papers that we use today. And our joining special will also end the end of February. So if you want to be part of our team, we would love to have you. Be sure to let me know if you have any questions about that. It's a great deal where you get to choose $175 worth of product. Just pay the tax, you get free shipping. And you can either do two different levels, either a $99 level, or for $129 you can throw in the awesome mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in either white or boho blue. And it's amazing. It's a great little machine. It's a mighty machine. I love mine. Okay, so last week had those awesome iridescent gems. We used them again this week. These are going to go out to Shannon Strange Kemp. Shannon, I don't have your address, so if you will message me and claim your prize and let me know your address, we'll get those in the mail to you. And congratulations to you. All you have to do to be entered for a chance to win is leave me a comment, like or send up a heart. You can also share the video. So many of you are starting to do that, and I really, really appreciate it. It's helping my page and my YouTube channel to grow because of the engagement that you give. So I love being able to do this little giveaway each week to tell you how much I appreciate y'all. You're awesome. Let's see, our giveaway for this week. We're doing something a little bit different. To help celebrate 10 years as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'm going to choose 10 people to receive a prize from this week's video. And again, leave me a comment, share the video, send up a heart. I would love it if you don't mind using the hashtag 10 years with SU for Stampin' Up! So 10 years with SU. You don't have to do that to be entered, but I would love to see how many of you have watched and used that hashtag. I'm able to search that hashtag, so I thought that would be fun. So we're going to help celebrate me getting to know so many new friends in the Stampin' Up! Journey that I've been on that helped just make our lives so much better. And a lot of that is because of the friends that we have now. Okay, I think that's it. Y'all know at the end of the video, Oliver gets a TREAT and he is ready, you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I will post the measurements for this pocket card as soon as the video ends, and I will see you again next week. We've got one more week of Fun Fold February, and I'll have another awesome Fun Fold for you. Thank you.